guys. Today here we have NASDAQ on Monday 25th. I already took a trade here to the downside. The reason why I took a trade here is because in crypto we already are having a drop, a really hard drop to the downside. And usually what we do on Mondays is to do a fake movement to either of the two sides that is going to decide how is the rest of the move. Sorry, how is the rest of the week going to move? So this big movement that we had to the buy side, for me, it's like the fake movement that we were going to do just to fake people out. Okay, and also you know that I trade based on the Asian range because this is how the algorithm is manipulated. So we already here swept the Asian range low, and after that we try to leave it. We try to came back to it again, and then we had a hard jump to the buy side. Here we're having a divergency with Bitcoin because Bitcoin dropped during the weekend, and we, as you see, we had a bounce to the buy side during the opening today. So yeah, I mean we will need to see how it delivers after the opening. For me, sorry all of these lines, but for me, this that you see here, this imbalance that you see here, let me mark it. We can still go a little bit higher, and I don't think it's gonna be that high, but there is a probability. So why I think we are going to reverse off of this fair value gap, it's because we don't have any close um, targets here. Could be this liquidity, that would be 50 40 points more to the buy side and then drop. That would be nice as well. So something that I wouldn't like to see to happen, but it could happen as well. What I would like to see here is a reversal and make this 4 hour candle a failed displacement to the buy side, and use this to cover all of this liquidity at least until here, or why not all of this here during this week. Okay, so we will need to see how it delivers. For now, I already took trade here. I think it's a very nice position to hold. And also, if we check, we have a void in the between the 8:30 and 8:15 candle just here that we haven't touched back. So that would be another good touch to do again. So for now we will need just to wait and to hold to see how it delivers. We had here the opening and sorry, the closing of the previous week, and we are here in the opening. I'm going to put this color. Okay. So here I would like to see a rapid movement here of the two sides, to either of the two sides. We have a big gap today. It's around 200 points, 150. So it would be really nice to just fill that gap immediately. So let's see how it delivers, guys. I'm tempted to take another trade here, but I don't know. I kinda want to wait for the opening. Okay. Okay, you see that was the rapid movement I was expecting to happen because yeah, I mean the market had to do it. So So what I expect for today, uh, if we fail to fill this gap today, and we just come for the Asian range low, and we reverse again, for today we're going to be bouncing back and forth the whole day. Obviously, we are going to be having a clearer movement to the downside, but anyways, we could just bounce back. If we are pretending not to have a start of the week with a fake movement like it usually does, uh, we will drop really heavy today. But when I say really heavy, it's at least for this liquidity here. That would be 300 points. I don't think that could happen, at least not today, but tomorrow. But if it does, for the rest of the week, we are going to be dropping really hard, but really hard, really hard. Let me check Bitcoin really quick. Uh, so you see Bitcoin? So we just have here 20 points. Let's see how it continues delivering. The reason why I like to follow the trade with the opening range gap is because it can give me some insight on how it wants to actually move. Okay, so here we're having so great shit right now. We should. Oh, I'm sorry. So the open is about to come. Um, Here I usually would be like taking on my trade because usually the market tends to go back up into the before the initial drop. But today I feel confident that the market doesn't want to get back up again. So I will be holding this uh, even after the opening because I think we're going to heavily drop with no hesitation. As you see here, we have the gap of the 4 hour that we're just getting back to it now. As you can see here, that's what I wanted to see. So I want to see this candle reverse below that uh, this blue square or rectangle that we have here. So during the opening we can get back up, but we will need to be below this consequent encouragement before 10 a.m. Why? Because uh, that would represent the closing of the 4 hour candle. And as I said, I'm expecting lower prices, so something good to happen would be closing the 4 hour candle below this consequent encouragement. That would give us a nice insight about uh, the direction of the market. Okay, so we already had the fake movement to the buy side as usual every start of the week. We have either of the two sides unless we have manipulation. Okay, so we can either reverse here to the buy side in during the opening and then drop again, uh, or we can either continue dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping until 10 a.m. Okay, so we are going to see how it delivers. Remember, this is the opening candle. As I said, I am expecting to have a straight movement to the downside, just like it is doing here. Why? Because um, because the market is giving me those insights that we don't want to reverse today and those kind of stops. Okay, so I'm kind of closing my trade, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to be closing it here. It was just an amazing trade, as you guys saw. We just made $1,200. That's fantastic. And let's see. I still hope to continue dropping way more, uh, but we will need to see how it delivers during these first minutes, because remember, we have until 10 a.m. to be below this blue square. So we can easily just come back up here during the next 5 minutes, and then after those 5 minutes we can again drop massively. Okay, why? Because we have until 10 a.m. Okay, we have until 10 a.m. We have all that room to play around this rectangle. Okay, so um, until we're not that close to the finish or the end of the closing of the 4 hour candle, we cannot believe or say that we are going to be closing below this. Okay, so right now, the 15-minute candle is giving me like vibes that we want to go lower, right? But as I said, today I'm basing my trade in this blue rectangle that we have in here. Okay, so let's see. So this is what I meant when I said that we could reverse. You see how it is doing now? You see, because we have still plenty of time to joke around this blue square, this blue rectangle. Okay, we have plenty of time. So you would say, okay, Karma, so why you didn't take? Okay, here's the answer. Why didn't you take the trade to the buy side if you were that confident in that the market wanted to go higher? Because today is a manipulation day, and see, even though we don't have news today, you don't need news to manipulate the market. Okay, you don't need to have a red carpet here, a red folder, sorry, to manipulate the market. It can happen with or without red folders. So uh, as I said, we could have either of the two options. We could just immediately continue dropping non-stop to the lower side of the market, right? Or we can just be going back and forth until 9:40, 45 probably. So yeah, so we came back to the initial point of the opening gap. Let me show you, and we reverse immediately from there. So I don't think it is the end of that. Just look how we keep playing here. So we could have at least another bounce to the closest high of the 4 hour candle. And so we will need to wait to see how happens. Right now the movements are happening just too fast for me. So yeah, as I said, I would have liked to see the market continue dropping non-stop until 10 a.m. because that would have been better for me, for my bias, right? But here, when we get close to this point that was the highest, so close to this fair value gap again, I would probably take another trade. But I think we will try to rip through this liquidity to then drop. Okay, so that's why I'm not taking trades here, because I really think we can just continue. So here's what ICT calls the Judas swing. All of this down movement is the Judas swing, and the Judas swing usually goes until 9:40. Okay, but since we interrupted the Judas swing here, we could probably go higher, probably, and then we will need to recover that macro, and the macro will need to deliver. What does it mean? That since it was interrupted, it will need to find its way to restart the macro, okay, and continue its way lower. So I'm kind of tempted to take a trade here, but I don't want to risk it, because I know we still have room, but let me see. But at the same time, I think it's a very nice position. So I'm taking a trade here. Let's see how it delivers. I won't let it run too much against me. Oh shit. So yeah, I won't let it run too much against me, and also I won't let it run too much in my favor. And you would say, okay, Karma, why would you say that you don't want money and you won't let it run too much if you could just take advantage of that, right? Well, because I already have some profit, and I'd rather take in my profit than being a loser today. So that's the reason why. So I like how we immediately reverse here, but at the same time, I'm not liking how we continue going back here. Okay. Amazing, amazing. Okay, fantastic. So I would like to see a sweep here to have my insight, or to have the confirmation that we want to continue going lower. But since we keep reversing, I could take this as a as a fake movement to the downside. So yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm closing it. One moment. I don't want to close it too soon, because um, yeah, I mean, we could just do it, right? So I think I'm going to hold it just a little bit more. I want to see how this um, continues to go, and that's it. Okay, I'm not liking this at all, so I think I'm closing it now. Yep. Well, just as I said, well, right now, once we get, yeah, yeah. So here I'm going to take a trade, and the reason why is because we already got to the point that I was expecting. So I will have my next stop loss just here. Okay. Just here. Why? Because I wouldn't like to see the market going higher than that. If we go higher than that, we will need to wait for new confirmation for the market to continue to go lower. As I said, we will need to be below this blue rectangle before 10 a.m. So we still have 20 minutes, and as I said, holy shit, and as I said, look how we reverse here after 2 minutes. So that's totally fine. Okay. So I will wait for some confirmation. Just wait. That's fine. Remember, we still have time. Remember that. If we don't stop here going higher, we will probably sweep way higher liquidity, at least here. which wouldn't be very nice for me to happen, but also could happen. Okay. Okay, this is my last trade. Let me see how it is going. Okay. Okay. So this is my last trade. I'm expecting this to just go below this. Okay. Why? Because as I said, we have the 4-hour candle um, that really wants to close below this consequent encroachment. Okay. So it would be nice for us to just continue going lower. But let's see how it delivers. Okay. I could be wrong today, and as I said, on Mondays we usually have fake movements, so we continue making fake movements to the buy side. How long it wants to go, we don't know. That's why we have to be careful on Mondays, because you don't know how far it wants to go to either of the two sides. Okay, just like this. I'm going to hold a little bit more, just to 70 ticks. If we get to 70 ticks, I'm closing it. Don't get scared. I know it looks tough, but it's fine. It's part of the game. Okay, this is part of the game, guys. So I like how we are reacting here. I love how we are reacting here. We still need to see how we continue delivering. You see how we went down and up again. So it seems like we're going to be in a back and forth candle, but we are going to know that if we drop here in the next 3 minutes. If we drop here to this position here, 70 points, if we drop 70 points or at least 50 in the next 2 minutes, we are going to be in a back and forth situation. That means that we will play around this for the next 45 minutes of the opening. Okay, but we will know that in the next 2 minutes. So we will need to drop to here to see if we want to be in that back and forth situation in these next 2 minutes. What would that mean? That the next candle would probably come back down here and then go back up again and then go back down again, and we're going to be in that back and forth situation, as I said, right? So we should know that here in the next minute we have 1 minute to enter in that confusion or noise in the macro. Okay, so this minute would be really crucial for that, at least close to this fair value gap. Yes. So let's see. If that happens, these are the kind of days where you can just play around and get bottom, get top, get bottom, get top, at least for the next 15 minutes that are left. Usually it is 45 minutes. Sorry, guys, but it could just have 30 minutes of playground. Okay, so yeah, we need to close really close to this blue rectangle here. Okay, we didn't, so that's pretty bad for us, but I'm going to hold since the open of this candle was not very great for what I can see, because we have liquidity in the bottom side. You see how we just stopped here. This is a classical pattern also. So let's see, guys. This is part of the game. You see, you win, you lose. That's fine. That's totally fine. Kinda tempted in taking another trade here to the downside, but since we keep bouncing, I don't know if it is the time to do so yet. 5 minutes. That's what we have. A fair value gap, another fair value gap. The 50 minutes. We're holding, we're holding. That's fine. Sorry guys, my girlfriend is sleeping next to me, so she's snoring. So this is fantastic how we just um, deliver. This is great. Yeah, we had some noise to the buy side, but nothing to worry about. As I said, eh, we still have the room to go lower because for me, the good thing for the market would be closing below this before 10 a.m. But that was a big bounce. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was a big bounce. So big bounce. Really big bounce. So yeah. So let's just wait and see what happens. Yeah, we have some losses. So I lost around 800, right? But we're going to recover that and hopefully way more than that. Okay, hopefully. So let's just wait and chill a little bit here. We're in the 1 minute, remember? I would like to see already a big fast movement to the downside. So we can continue dropping. Yeah, exactly. Just like this, my friends. Just like this. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I really want to see the market going back to this consequent encouragement. That's what I want to see. That's what I would like to see. But remember, you cannot force the market to give what you want. You have to get what the market can give to you. Okay. So right now we just wait. That's just perfect. That's just fantastic. And we're just touching again the blue rectangle. That for me is just amazing, amazing. This is just fantastic. But I think I'm closing it. Yeah. Okay, great. Impressive. But as you see, sometimes you have just to be careful. Be careful. And, uh, you know. So for me, we should be continue dropping, but I don't want any retracements. To be honest, I feel content for what I did today. I mean, if you don't feel great with 1,400, nothing is great for you. But well, so here that's why I close it. Yes, we could continue going lower right now, but since we are playing some noisy game, I'd rather not to stay in the market. Okay, give me one moment, guys. I'm going to check my dog's food because I'm preparing it. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. That was just super fantastic. Look, I just went to for my dog's food and just look what happened. So right now, I think the movement lower it's not going to stop. But for that confirmation, we will need to break these. Okay. If we don't break these, I'll show you. We can still reverse and we can have two candles the same way. Okay, but this one would be just to this position here. Okay, we just broke it. So that's just fantastic. As I said, we needed to be before 10 a.m. below this consequent encouragement so we could close that candle in a position below the consequent encouragement of that fair value gap. Okay, so right now we can just stay in this range here, but we, as I said, we need to close below the consequent encouragement. So yes, we can go back up here, right? But at the same time, uh, we will need to be before 10 a.m. below consequent encouragement. Okay. So guys, this is my dog. She's just a baby. She's just a baby. Just look at her, guys. Her name is Snow. Snow. Say hi, Snow. That is gonna be rich because I trust him. You see how the market continued dropping and dropping today? What can I say? What can I say? I cannot just, whatever. So, yeah. Um, we had a very fantastic day. Very, very fantastic day. So right now, what I want to see is the market continue dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. Uh, but also remember that I said at the beginning of the stream that if we didn't go straight to the downside until 10 a.m. after the opening, if we didn't do that, we were going to play games going back and forth, back and forth. Right now, I don't think we're going to be playing games back and forth until the top, but we can be playing games just inside this range. Why inside this range? Because this is a 100 points range. Look, 917, and here we're 17. You see? So that's just 100 points, just right there. So in 100 points range, you can take the money from the people, you know. So we can just play games during this range the whole day, okay? And we could easily just make a 50 minutes consolidation here and then go back up here and do another consolidation here and go back up down here and go back up here and go down and go up and consolidation. Yes, so you, so the market can confuse you, right? Um but you know, anything could happen. I would have, or I would like to see continue uh, to see this drop to the downside, right? But since the market doesn't give us what we want, I'm content to have this drop that I catch from top to bottom, right? That was 100 points. And yes, I had a two losing trades here. That's okay. And then I catch the top again. Okay, as I said, I didn't expect that to go that higher. Gotta be honest with you, but uh, it happened. Anyways, I caught the top as well because I knew when it was going to drop. Uh, Everything was delivered as I just said, word by word. And well, here is where my confident confidence ends. Why? Because um, I would have liked to see the movement in a continuation, but it didn't happen. So what I think is we're going to play games because it is Monday. But what it is important for Monday is this movement. This movement on Mondays, in companion with the opening gap, right? This is the fake movement we usually make on Mondays, okay? From 8:30 to opening. Why? Because we always fake people to either of the two directions. Okay? So here's where it ended. Well, it ended here, 9:25, but it goes until the opening. So this movement to the buy side was just to fake people to the buy side. Okay? This is no continuation. This is not a retracement. No. This was the last bounce of this drop. And also you can see here, high, low, higher, high. These are ICT concepts. So if you put a fib uh, from this low, from this high to this low, what are you gonna have? Look, look, the opening range. What do you have? Look, these lows. Look, just here, just what I stated to you, that this was what I wanted to see the market dropping today. But it didn't happen, so it will happen tomorrow. And if by some reason we have noise tomorrow and we don't drop tomorrow, we will drop on Wednesday, okay? But tomorrow should be the day where we drop, okay? And look, consequent encouragement, lower below this consequent encouragement. So we have many targets, more liquidity, just look, more liquidity. So yeah, and also just look, the minus 0.5 fib. Just look how close it got to it. And look, the middle point of that fib, where is it? It almost matches with the consequent encouragement of the 4-hour candle. You see? So all of this was premium. Premium, guys. Now we're getting to a deep, 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 deep discount. We're going to get to the biggest discount of this year. Okay? So what can I tell you? What can I tell you? So yeah, if we continue dropping here, that would be fantastic. It would be way fantastic. Oh shit, sorry guys. I don't know what's that. So if we continue dropping, it would be fantastic for those who are in shorts, I'm already out of the market, already made my profit, so whatever. Okay, so have a great day, guys. I'm out for today. So have a fantastic day, okay? Love you guys. Bye bye.